All right, in this video, we're going to talk about unions. Okay, and you can have the union of more than two events, but for simplicity, just to begin talking about unions, let's think about the union of events A and B. Right? So you can have more than two, but let's just talk about two to start with, okay? So we have events A and B. The way we would write this is A, U, B. Okay, so it's like a capital U. And that stands for the union between A and B. Okay? And what is this? This is the set. The set of all elements belonging to at least one of the events. One of the events. A or B. Okay? So this keyword or is often tied to the idea of union. A or B. Right? So if we were to draw this out using a Venn diagram, this is my sample space. Okay, this is my sample space. Right? And if I have event A, right, and I have event B, okay, then the union of events A and B would be everything. If it belongs to A or B, then that's my union, okay? So this is the union marked in red of A or B, okay? Another example. So let me do a few examples. Okay. So for the first example, suppose A equals rolling a die and getting an even number. So 2, 4, and 6. And suppose B is rolling a die and getting a number more than 3. So 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Then what is A union B? Okay. It would be if the element belongs to either event, then it belongs in the union. So 2 is in A. 4 is in both events, right? But I don't list 4 twice in my union. I just list it once. Okay. Then 5 is in event B, so that counts. And 6 is in both events. Okay. So if it's in A or B, then it's in the union. All right. Another example. Suppose A is the set of all x, such that x is between 1, including 1, and less than 10. So more than 1 but less than 10. And B, suppose B is the set of all x, such that x is greater than or equal to 9 and less than 15. And x is greater than 20 and less than or equal to 21. All right. For these type of problems, I think it's really helpful to draw out a number line. Okay. So draw out your number line. Okay. Let's think about event A. Right. So let's say I'll use green for event A. Okay. So I have, if here's 1, I'm including 1, so I have a solid dot. And I go all the way until I get to 10. So here's 1. And I go to 10, and I have an open dot at 10. Okay. And this is event A. Any x on this line here marked in green. Okay. And if I were to use blue for B, B starts at 9. So here's 9. Solid dot at 9. Okay. And I go all the way until I get to 15. I have a hollow dot at 15. And B goes all the way from here to here. And then I start again at 20. And I go to 21, solid dot at 21, open dot at 20, and here to here. Okay? So the union will be any of this, right? So I start at 1. Looks like I go all the way until I get to 15, and then 20 to 21. Okay? So the union, A union B, is all x, such that I'm between, x is between 1, including 1, right? Because it's including 1 right here, until I get to, let me draw x, and until I get to 15, right? Not including 15. And then I go from 20 to 21. Okay? So if the x is possible that it could be an A or B, then it's in the union A or B. All right. Few things that I want to point out about unions. Okay. Some important notes about unions before we move on. Starting with the union between A and the null or null set or empty set. Okay, so if you take A, no matter what A is, and you say if it's A or the empty set, since the empty set is empty, then the union is just going to be whatever A is. All right, A and or B. Okay, regardless of what A and B are, A or B, the union of A or B, is the same thing as the union of B or A. Okay, they are identical regardless of what A and B are. All right, the union of A and itself is just itself. All right, number 4. The union of A and the sample space. Okay, so if this is my sample space, and here's A, right? If the union of those two, if a union means it belongs to the sample space or A, would have to be everything, right? Which is the sample space. Okay, and then lastly, if A is a subset of B, then, let me go and scroll down. If A is a subset of B, then A union B equals, and actually before I write that, let's go ahead and figure it out. So if this is my sample space, right, and I have A is a subset of B, that means that A is entirely part of B, right? So this is B and this is A, right? So A union B, if it belongs to A or B, would basically just be B. Okay?